What is good? Welcome back to another episode of Your Average Girl Talk, where we aim to gain and give different perspectives on unpopular opinions and uncomfortable topics. I asked you guys on my IG what you wanted to discuss today, and you guys chose to talk about dating someone with babies. Now, that don't gotta be newborns, okay? Don't just gotta be one. Could be 7, could be 2, it doesn't matter. Dating someone with kids is what we are talking about today. If you did not get a chance to vote on my story poll, that is a-okay, no worries. Just make sure you hop onto my IG at nick.knack_ and keep an eye out for that next topic poll. So today we're going to get started. I have not one, but 2 guests today, okay? And they did not come broke. They came with some change, and they're giving you your 2 cents. So I want to welcome our first guest, Taylor. What it do, what it do? So tell us just a little bit about you and what you do as a person.
So, I am a dance instructor. I also teach at Yes Honey.
Yes.
I spend a lot of time, in the studio. I also work at a pediatric office.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes. I know Taylor actually through dancing. I feel like I've known you actually for years.
Right,
and
yeah.
This is the most we've talked.
Right, yeah.
Literally the most we ever talked. I don't know why. That's just
because we're always in rehearsal and we just don't talk.
In business, like I said, we talk about uncomfortable things,
yeah.
And this is probably super uncomfortable because who wants, to talk about dating someone with kids?
Yeah.
So that's what we're gonna do today. So I know you, and I already know the answer, but just in case anyone else doesn't know, I have to ask: have you personally dated anyone with kids?
Yes, I'm currently dating somebody right now with 2 daughters.
Heyo.
A almost 3-year-old and then a 10-year-old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else prior have you dated before? Or is this the first time?
No, this is the first experience that I've had dating somebody with kids.
Okay,
so,
fresh.
Yeah.
Ooh, so we gonna get
I know.
to
So yeah, this has been a learning experience.
Oh, look, girl, more power to you.
Right.
Okay. And I feel like, I guess I'll kind of give my 2 cents here. I feel like I've dated people with kids, but I feel like they're younger. I feel like the guys are younger and the babies are younger, and it's just kind of like, what's going on? Like, what's the point? What are we doing here? And it's funny because I feel like years ago, this would have been a deal breaker, okay?
Yeah.
I would have been like, you have kids, it's not going anywhere, I'm not interested, I'm not doing it. But lately, I've been very confident in, I don't think I really want to have kids. Really? So now, if someone has a child, it's kind of a little bit of pressure off of me, because I'm like, well, I feel like you've kind of got what you needed in that part of your life, and I don't feel obligated to give that to you if we do go somewhere. But, and I don't know about you, I'm definitely going to get your 2 cents, but I feel like in some ways I'm not totally confident that they've let go of the baby mama stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just, I feel like when you create a human, that's kind of special. Right. I would think it's a special thing. And I'm I don't know if there's feelings on her end, on your end, if y'all really committed and be doing it on the low. I just don't have that much trust.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's always been a little iffy for me, not a deal breaker, but I'm a little hesitant. So,
yeah.
I guess with your experience, what are things you've enjoyed about dating someone with kids?
I think that a couple of things that I've enjoyed is, one, I feel like compared to guys I've dated in the past, the guy I'm dating now, he's just so much more mature, because he's had to be. He's had to grow up. He's had to, he's already had experience with taking care of somebody. So I feel like I'm more confident in his ability to, take care of me, and just kind of has, I feel like he has more of a, focused, get shit done attitude type, because you've got a child, 2 children, depending on you, you can't be screwing around, you've got to get stuff done and provide. So, and I feel like there's been less, the games playing, because it's they've got 2 kids, they don't want to be bringing, this girl, that girl, multiple girls around their kids, or, they don't have time for that, and, they want to find somebody who they can bring around their kids, and that they are confident that they're going to be, at least a good role model, and take care of their kids if needed. So I think that's been the biggest difference in dating a guy with like with kids versus dating a guy without kids. I feel
Yeah.
like games are just like they're very like, this is what I want, this is what, you know, if you don't want to be committed, see it. So and that's what I've been looking for. Like I'm 29, I'm past the game. I'm like past
over
like
it.
I'm over it. I don't want to play games anymore. Like listen.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That seems like a major plus too, because I think like women in general tend to be a little bit more mature, so it's nice when you find a guy that's on the same page. So that would honestly make sense. So kind of looking on the flip side, what are we want to know the tea. What are some of the challenges of dating someone with kids?
So, and like I try not to look at them as like challenges. I try to look at them in more so as things like, here's things to keep in mind if you're going to date a guy with children. You're not going to come first. And that's just it, you know, and like you can't expect to come first. The kids are going to come first. Yeah. And that does interfere with like plans and dates and then the fact that, like how you were saying earlier, that child's parent is always going to be a part of your boyfriend's life. So, and I think just like accepting that and I mean, it, like, I'm gonna be honest, it is like a little difficult to accept, like at first. Yeah. It's like you always wonder, well, they're picking up their kid, but are they really? You know?
Okay.
And I think you just have to like kind of go into it like, I'm gonna respect this woman as this child's mother, whether I feel like she's sketchy or not. Like I have to respect that because, you know, this going into a relationship with someone who has kids, like you have to be prepared that all of the co-parenting issues come with it too. Yeah. So, and you know, like for me, like I think it's just important to remain cordial because in the end, it only affects the kid. Like 100%. It doesn't matter, like, you know, and I've seen so many like kids go through like, you know, just parenting issues and like, you know, this stepmom doesn't like regular mom, and it just puts so much pressure. Yeah. You know, working with kids, like I've seen that and I've seen like the effects. So, I think like with just that experience, like I've kind of had a different perspective of like, okay, like this is not personal. Yeah. This is just how it is, and you go into it. You know, you just gotta go into it prepared. So I mean, but it's definitely hard. There's definitely moments where you're like, could they like go back? Yeah, because this person gave them something that I haven't given them, and they're always going to be there. So, but I'm lucky because his baby mama is great. So
that's a blessing.
She's super like respectful. She's always like invited me to, you know, his daughter's like events and stuff. So I lucked out. Yeah, like she's great, and we get along. We talk, we text, so yeah, she's great. So I lucked out, but that's awesome. I know everybody's not so lucky, so it's hard. It's still hard regardless.
Because we've all heard horror stories. We've all heard it. And I think even too, and I feel like we're talking in the sense of like, obviously we don't have our own kids, right? And I would imagine like someone with kids dating another person with kids, there's a lot more understanding, I would think. Yeah. But someone that doesn't have one, like I know personally, like the guys I've dated, they haven't really. Not many have brought their kids around me, but I will say when they have, it's a lot of pressure. Yeah. And it's kind of like, oh, shit, like, are we really doing this? Because, like you said, no one wants to just bring their kid around anyone. Yeah. And for me, honestly, I'm not going to lie, it kind of, like, psyched me out in some cases. Because I'm like, all right, abort mission, this is a little much. Like, I was at the time, I'm 23 now. Like, I was 21, 22 maybe, and... You know what I'm saying? They're bringing their kids around, which I'm grateful that they trusted me enough to do that. And, you know, I know once or if I was ever in that position, I'd be solid. But it really is like a realization that, like, okay, like, we're really going somewhere with this. Right. And then I had to reflect, like, am I ready? Do I really want to do this? Yeah. And that's kind of like, that gets tricky because it's kind of like it does interfere. Like, it's a factor and that just is what it is, you know?
Definitely. And it's like, it's good that you recognize that too, because I feel like there's people who kind of take that lightly, and it's like you have to be prepared for that. And I mean, there's so many conversations that need to be like had, like when you do, like when that step is like taken, because you know, just if you are ready to, you know, like be like that parent, you know, figure, like at the end of the day, they're not your kids. So it's like you have to you have to set boundaries, like know your boundaries, like what kind of role am I, like playing without disrespecting the mother of this child, and because it's not my kid, but I still want to, show that I like care, and I'm still yeah, it's definitely, I think, like just the fact that you recognize like that is a big deal is huge, because I mean it really is. So
it seriously is.
Literally, like the way, like everything, like you have to kind of like adjust your entire life, like your decisions, your behaviors, like everything affects like those kids.
Facts.
So
and then kids come first, like you said.
Exactly.
Like,
it
is what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like that was really solid. Like, everything you said, I feel like was really well spoken, and you made a lot of really valid points.
Well, thanks.
So I'm really happy to have you on here, girl. I'm like, dang, let me think for a second. Taylor, thank you so much. I feel like this was like a really good conversation. Okay, and it was really real, and it was just nice to get like a female perspective of someone who's actually like living in it.
Yeah.
Like right now.
Yeah.
So I love that. Appreciate you so
Thank
much.
you.
And I'll see you next time. For sure. So, like I said, I not only have one guest speaker today, but I also have another, and I'm super grateful that I wasn't even able to give you guys just a female perspective. I'm actually able to give you guys a male perspective as well. So, that being said, I want to welcome my boy Kareem up in this thing. How you doing? What's good? So, real quick, just kind of give us a rundown about you and just what you do in day-to-day life.
Yeah, so I'm a model, fashion model, video model, all that good stuff. And I'm an artist.
Love that. So, okay, he be a la da dee.
Something like that.
Yes, I love it. So obviously we just had Taylor, and I feel like she made some really good points. So I'm excited to talk to you and kind of get your thoughts. Okay, he was probably in the back like, I roll over us. He might have been a little over it, but it's fine. So of course I have to ask first, have you personally dated a woman with kids or a child?
I have.
Okay, so what was it like? I mean,
so it's not as bad as people make it out to be.
Okay.
Like what Taylor said, the kids do come first.
Yeah.
But I think like your, mindset as a man or a woman, because in my head, I love that. I love to see grown people taking care of things they need to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if we can't hang out because you can't find a babysitter or your kid is sick, that is 100% okay.
Yeah.
Take care of what you need to. I want to see that.
Yeah.
Versus you ditching your kids to come with me.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably like more appealing or more attractive when she's like, sorry, like I got things to take care of. My babies come first, and that's that.
Exactly. And I'm on both sides of the spectrum because I do have a kid.
Ah, there it is. Hello, you got a baby.
So I do have a kid, and I have dealt with somebody that had a kid when I didn't.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
you kind of see both ends. Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you heard some of Taylor's points and kind of just like the maturity that comes with someone who does have a child or children. Is there any other like things you liked about dating someone with kids or something that stuck out like in a positive way?
Other than that, I think everything goes pretty smoothly. I personally don't think it's the kid that's the issue. Mm-hmm. I think it's the, baby mom or baby daddy.
Yeah.
I really think that's, where a lot of people say,
Yeah. I would agree with that statement for sure.
But, I just feel like as adults, you just got to communicate. And that's where a lot of, our generation have that issue. They don't want to say what's on their mind and things like that. So.
Yeah. I would agree. And I mean, I guess for you, did you feel like there was, because I know me and Taylor kind of had that thought like, are you guys really done? Like, baby mama, baby daddy stuff. Like, did you ever have that lingering thought, or how was that like for you, like as a man?
So dealing with her, I never really had that thought, because I won't ask you to fully commit to me if I'm not fully committed to you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, the kid was still young, and typically when they're still young, the family idea is still very fresh, in the brain. So
it's the family idea for me, because that's a thing. Like, people really want that family, and I think that's kind of what I meant is like, I think they still have that hope. And I mean, I've had friends, like I've known people personally that are holding on to that, but are still trying to date around, and it's like, well, how are we really able to? Not we, but how are you really going to be able to do that if you're not letting go of that idea yet, or you haven't really accepted it,
Right.
So that's where I feel like it's tricky for people like me. Like, I don't want to date just because. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so
right.
it's like, if, you know, that's where the communication comes in. Like, if you're not fully done, like, let me know.
Right,
Okay?
right.
If you just here to play around,
Yeah.
let me know.
And like
Let
Taylor
me
said,
know.
and like Taylor said, you know, when you do have kids, things are more straightforward.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of the playing around, it's not really there. I personal experience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like, you know, communication is the best thing. Always talk and see if you all really are dating. Because me personally, I won't never suggest to bring my kid around you.
Yeah.
That's something that you will have to want. You know? So like, you have to want to be a part of this. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying?
And I like that because, like, how I was just mentioning was, like, anytime, like, they had brought their kid around me, I didn't ask. You know, not that I'm saying I didn't want to be around, but it's like I didn't really. I didn't really. And I know I'm kikiing right now. I can't hold back. But I'm like, I really did not ask. Like, you really didn't put the baby in my face. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, are we even there yet? Like,
Right,
you're not even
right.
my man. Like,
Right.
and so it was just like, ah. But the fact that you said that is really great, and I hope some people take that, because, you know, hearing kind of my side and then hearing your side, like, I think that's valid. Like, you really need to want that and want to be in a place to potentially have those conversations and kind of play that role. And some people, like me, are not ready.
Right.
So.
Right. So like, if, you know, I say, oh, I can't go get a drink with you because my kid's sick. You know, now if you take it upon yourself saying that you want to come over and still kick it with us, that's 100% on you.
Yeah.
You can't never say I forced that on you.
Yeah.
You know, that's something that you will have to want.
That's solid, though.
Yeah, the communication, man, that's all, you know, it's about. On both sides.
Yeah.
Person with the parent and, you know, the other side.
Yeah, for sure. No cap. Let them know, no cap. Okay.
No cap.
So I feel like you made a lot of good points, actually. Like, I'm not kidding. I feel like I'm learning some stuff. Okay? Like, I'm learning a thing or two.
Okay.
But do you feel like, or what challenges, I guess, did you feel like you faced prior to having a kid and going through dating someone with a child already?
You know, as a man, you know, it's always, I don't want to say tension, but, you know, two males, you know.
Y'all got them egos.
Yeah, that's
It
what
be the egos. Like, what's
be the
going
ego
on?
and pride,
It be the
man.
egos. Why
You
I
know
got
what
the
I'm
egos? But I feel that.
But outside of that, like, you know, me, I'm cool as a fan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all I ask is that you don't bring somebody around my kid unless y'all are legit serious.
Yeah.
You know, because people get to disrespecting, and they might disrespect you.
Yeah.
They come and disrespect little me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
can't do it.
yeah, can't do
No
that.
go. It's a no
Can't do that.
go. Okay.
But you know, I think that's the biggest. I don't want to say downside, but the biggest thing to think about.
Yeah.
Like what Taylor said is, you know, the other party.
Yeah.
So
100%.
no cap.
And that's real. I mean, like you said, like, guys kind of have that ego and that pride, but in a certain sense, I feel like women aren't that far off.
Yeah, that is true.
So I really appreciate your thoughts.
For sure.
Because, like I said, it really gives me something to think about. I'm sure it gives anyone watching something to think about, and I'm glad you were able to give a male perspective.
For sure.
And just because it's your average girl talk don't mean that y'all fellas can't say something. Okay? Like, let's just clear that up. Okay?
I had to come clear it up for the fellas. man.
Yes, come on, let them know. Y'all can come talk. I want to know. I want to hear
Okay.
all sides, all different thoughts, all different perspectives. Okay, all of that. Thank you guys so much. Like, I really, really do appreciate you guys coming here and giving your thoughts. Like I said, I think it gives definitely me something to think about, and hopefully everybody else. I feel like we were able to give them some realness, like respectfully.
For sure.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Yes. So thank you guys all for watching. If you did not get a chance to vote on my IG story, keep an eye out at nick.nack_ so you guys can vote for our next topic discussion. And I will see you guys next time.